Are you missing out on client sales because you don't have the right funnel in place? Today, we're going to explore how and why a funnel can increase your lead flow by 500%. Hey, I'm Ray Green. I'm a former corporate refugee and CEO of a private equity backed company turned digital nomad and entrepreneur in building businesses from a beach in Mexico. Today, I'm going to talk about and share one tool that you can put into your business to increase sales by 40% from the work that you're already doing. All right, let's dive in. If you're selling services online, you've got to have a funnel. And that's true whether you're selling legal services, whether you're selling business consulting, life coaching, even if you're just selling online courses. It's true if you're taking 2 sales calls a month, and it's true if your sales team's taking 20 sales calls a day. And it doesn't matter if you've got an inbound or an outbound model. Funnels are something that we usually we think about in terms of generating leads. And a funnel can do that. That is the purpose of a funnel. But a good funnel, a proper funnel, goes way beyond just capturing emails and capturing phone numbers. It can have a dramatic effect on your sales system. If you do it right, a funnel can completely reshape your sales process. And because it helps you capture information, the data. It helps you measure it. It helps you nurture people through the process. And here's the way that I look at it. Think about it this way. You reach out to 100 new connections on LinkedIn, right? As part of an outbound campaign. And some basic numbers. 80 of those people are going to view your profile. 40 of those people are going to actually accept your connection request. 20 may respond to your initial message with, hey, thanks for connecting, something like that. 1 person books a call. Maybe those numbers are a little bit different here and there for different services, but that's across different industries, I see that be a pretty common pattern. If you do that and you don't have a funnel in place, then the 1 person that booked a call, you've got 1 person that actually opted into your sales and marketing system. You have this sales and marketing ecosystem. You have 1 person from those 100 connections that's opted in. And maybe you've got a system that allows you to scrape some leads or go capture a bunch of data from all the other 99. But you've got 1 person that actually opted in to engage with you. Now, imagine you do the same thing, 100 connections a week, and you do it with a funnel. You the same activity, but you've got an optimized profile. It sends people to a funnel, which means you've got some assets, things that are available to that audience to opt into to access. Maybe it's a really good tutorial. Maybe it's an ebook that you share. Maybe it's a free training that you created to help solve the most pressing problems with your target audience. Whatever it is, if you've done it right, there's another group of people in that breakdown of the 100 people that you sent the outbound connection request to. You've still got the 80 that view your profile. You've got 40 that accept the connection request, same. You've got 20 people that respond to the message, same. But you get 4 people that actually opt into your funnel. They liked your ebook or your free training or your tutorial or whatever it is that you had set up because you know your audience, and 4 people opt in and 1 person still books a call. Well, now instead of just having 1 person that has opted into your sales and marketing ecosystem, now you've got 5. And you've now substantially increased the number of people in your system, in your universe. And that may not seem like a lot at first, but consider this, 2 things. The first thing is all of these people, these extra 4 people, they're at different stages in the buying cycle. Because in both of those scenarios, whether you have a funnel or you don't have a funnel, in both of them, you captured the 1 person that was already far enough along and interested and had enough intent to book a call with you. But in the scenario where you don't have a funnel set up, you miss out on 4 other people who weren't ready to buy today, but they might be at some point in the future. Maybe they need to see some more content. Maybe that you need to educate them about the problems and the pains a little bit more. Maybe they need to see some social proof. They need to trust you a little bit more. Maybe they need to feel the pain that they're experiencing for a little while longer. They're not ready to take action, but they're curious. When you're selling high ticket services, people are at different stages in this buying cycle. Not everybody buys something right there. You're not selling Girl Scout cookies. This isn't an impulse buy for the most part. Okay. And this is true for any product or service. The universe of people that are interested in buying your stuff or curious about it, or may at some point in the future have some interest, but not ready to give you a credit card today. That universe is always going to be larger than the people that are ready to buy right now. And when you've got a funnel set up, you basically have a system to capture that larger audience and then nurture them through the process. Okay. So that's the first thing to remember, is that there are different stages in the cycle. The second thing is those gains, those extra 4 leads that you're getting, that compounds over time. And that makes your sales way easier over time. Those extra 4 people doesn't seem like a lot, right? Like 4 a week, like how big of a deal is this? But play those numbers out with some like pretty reasonable assumptions. Let's assume this outbound campaign that you're doing, and this could be email, it could be LinkedIn, whatever. But let's assume that you're doing this 100 connections, you're doing that every week, and that those numbers hold true. 80 people view your profile, for like you that breakdown follows all the way through. Now let's assume the service that you're selling is $50,000 per client over the lifetime of that client. For some of you, that's going to be lower. For some of you, it's going to be a lot higher. Let's assume 50 grand per client over the long haul. Now let's assume that just 10% of those extra 4 people that opted into your funnel, just 10% of those people even book a call at some point in the future. That number should be higher, by the way. If you've got the right systems in place to nurture, and you've got an email newsletter or a podcast or something that you can intentionally move people through the cycle, that number should be a lot higher. But let's just assume that 10% of those people even bother booking a call at some point in the future. Now let's assume 40% of people who book a call actually buy. So you do this activity every week. You do 100 connections. You've got some audience that views your profile, some that indicate interest. You capture those 4 leads. 10% of those book a call at some point in the future. End result, 40%, give or take, 40% of the people that book a call actually buy your stuff. The extra sales that come from just the 10% of people that booked a call from opting into your funnel, right? So those 4 people that opted into your funnel, just 10% of those book a call. That results in a 40% gain in total sales for your business. And in that example, like if you've got a $50,000 service and those numbers hold true, if you play that out for 52 weeks, it's the difference between $1 million a year and 1.45 million. It's the difference between $450,000 in activity that you were already doing, right? Now consider this. That funnel that you have set up doesn't just help you create more sales. It actually makes your sales process even easier. It makes your sales process more efficient, because the people who are just kind of like window shopping, kicking tires, just kind of like remotely curious about what it is that you do. If you've got a funnel, you have assets that allow people to engage with you before getting on a sales call. That gives people an option in a low friction, really efficient way for both of you to learn a little bit more about each other, right? So they don't have to book a call immediately to figure out what it is that you do, how you help people, who you help, all of that. So you generate more sales and you make the sales process a lot easier. Now, if you've got a bigger business, play these numbers up. I've worked with a wide range of businesses, and I've seen this make as much of a difference as hundreds of thousands of dollars per month and hundreds of thousands of dollars per year. But it's the same activity. You've got to build a funnel to build your business. If you're selling anything online, especially services, you will make your life a lot easier if you have the right system set up. And it doesn't have to be cheesy. It doesn't have to be complex. It just needs to have some really essential ingredients. If you're interested in what those ingredients are, you've got to check out my next video, the 3 must-have ingredients in your marketing funnel right now. Check that out now.